So is anybody else just on the verge of deciding whether or not they want to just drop out of society wholly? Like, I'm seeing what's happening. I'm seeing the direction things are going. And not to say that I'm unappreciative of the modern technology and conveniences that we have. I'm very appreciative of it. But I see the direction we're going, and it looks like we're headed towards a mass surveillance nanny police state, where your life is no longer in your control. It's in the control of the people pulling the levers. It's in control of the people up at the top. The people that don't know you, ain't never met at you, don't know anybody or your family, don't know your real story other than what they get from data they can steal from your devices. I don't know what direction to go, because I look at that and, man, I don't want to exist in that state. I don't want to participate in that. I don't want to live that way. And I'll be honest with you, the immediate response, the direction my brain goes when those thoughts enter my head of, man, I don't want to live in this cyberpunk nightmare dystopia. My first thoughts are kill yourself. That's where my mind goes. I don't want to exist in that world, and I'm not going to have a choice, because that's the direction we're going, and none of us have the power to do shit about it. Because obviously, otherwise we would have done something about it by now. And so the first thought that enters my mind is blow your goddamn brains out. That'll fix the fucking problem. You won't have to deal with it anymore. But I don't want to do that. That sounds like giving up to me. That sounds like giving in and letting them win to me, is what that sounds like. That sounds like the pussy way out. Not saying anybody struggling with mental health or contemplating suicide or having suicidal ideation is a pussy. Not saying that at all. But what am I to do? Do you just drop out of society? How? How do you drop out of society? Even if you go and you try to start a homestead, you got to pay taxes on it. They're putting flock cameras up on every road, so anytime you leave your property, you're going to be monitors. They're trying to do drones that can fucking monitor people. So even on your private property, you can have a goddamn flying drone in your fucking business. You know, I want to be a hermit and just go out and live in the fucking woods, even though I know how much that would suck. I'm sweating right now and I got the AC on blast. I know how much it would suck to go out and have to live in the woods and be self-sufficient and sustain yourself and get clean drinking water and get trap and hunt and grow your own food. I realize that would suck ass to have to live every single day in survival mode. But I would almost rather take on that frustration of having to survive every single day, wake up knowing life's going to be fucking hard. I would rather live that way than potentially be a slave. I would rather live that way than potentially be a slave or a pawn or a puppet, which is what we all unknowingly are. I would rather live that way, because at least that way I have the choice. I have the freedom. My hard work is my merit to whether or not I can earn something. Not some billionaire's decision on what my value is. Does that make sense? I don't know if it does. But I would rather live that way. I'd rather strike off in the woods than live out the rest of my days as somebody else's bitch. So what the fuck do you do? Do you kill yourself? Do you drop out of society? Or do we all say, hey, look, enough's enough? Social media is great. It's America's soapbox, right? This is our town square. Social media is wonderful. We can get out here and we can speak. We can talk and really express our views in the way we feel. But it's all controlled by an algorithm. Think about how many young girls committed suicide after Instagram became popular. Okay? Think about all the mental health crises that we have because of social media. Is this smartphone really worth all the human suffering in the world that has to take place just so you can Google when daylight savings time is or if it's going to rain today? Bitch, look in the sky. Like, when are we going to wake the fuck up? When are we going to get tired? Because I'm getting to the point. And I'm running out of options as it is in life. I mean, I might not talk about it, but I am. I'm getting to that point where I'm going to have to make a decision. I think we all are. Our savings is running out. Our credit limits are getting reached. Jobs are laying folks off. They're trying to replace us already. You got a government that doesn't give a fuck about the national debt and would rather go and fight a war and commit a genocide and kill people than to save the economy for the next generation coming in. So what the fuck to do? What the fuck? We're just delaying the inevitable. That's it. I'm not saying an anarchical society without any rules or governance is the best thing. I like the idea of me being sovereign and free and truly able to make my own decisions in life. I like the idea of that. But I understand a completely lawless society would be chaos. I get that. But I almost wonder if the chaos isn't better. Yeah, no, we can't see all the atrocities and human suffering that has been bestowed upon the world at the hands of our own government, but it's out there. It exists. It's real. And is that human suffering worth all of this? In my opinion, it's not. It's happened. There's nothing we can do to change it. But I don't think the juice was worth the squeeze. And I don't think it's been worth the squeeze for a long fucking time. We've just tricked ourselves into thinking we were living in such great times. Meanwhile, turning a blind eye to the third world countries and children fucking starving with bloated bellies full of parasites. We've turned a blind eye to it because, hey, we got AC in the house. Hey, I got a dishwasher. Hey, I got a refrigerator that keeps my food fresh for weeks. I got a car that drives on electricity. I got a smartphone that answers all my questions and manages my whole life. The fuck I'm worried about that kid over in Zimbabwe for? The fuck am I worried about that kid in Ethiopia or in Iran or Palestine? What the fuck am I worried about those kids in the Middle East for?